it's Fee, and I am here for my 22 and 23 week pregnancy update. So, first things first, I am 24 weeks today, and what that means is viability. We have reached viability. Can't believe it. I've had a countdown going for a while. It's a great milestone to meet. For those of you who are not familiar, what that means is it's medical viability when you hit 24 weeks. The hospitals will do everything in their power to help little babies should anything happen before it's supposed to. Because pretty much, for the most part, all of the major things are in place, except for maybe full lung function. So that allows them to help a child born as a preemie continue on in this world with a whole lot of help, but when you hit 24 weeks, things start looking good. So they call it medical viability, and we are at viability. That also means that I am about 1 week to the third trimester, and I cannot believe I am saying that. Oh my gosh. All right. 22 weeks and 23 weeks. That's what this update is supposed to be about. Again, I have my notes. So let's start with the simple stuff. Cravings. Not too many cravings, but if you guys remember at the very beginning, I was like wanting nothing but hot dogs. That's turned into corn dogs. I've had corn dogs for lunch I don't know how many times this week. I've paired it with some vegetables to hopefully kind of zero out that honey corn dogs, actually. Vegetables to kind of zero out that coating on the hot dogs that are really not that good for you. But yeah, corn dogs. And the other thing hasn't been that good either, chips and dip. I've wanted nothing but chips and dip. So I've tried to curb that. When I do have it, I try to only have a handful of chips and then put it away. But those have been the cravings. I'm waiting to like start craving good things. I know some people get really lucky and all their cravings are like fruit and salad, and yeah, I'm still waiting for that. It would make life much easier. All right, the other thing, in case you haven't noticed, yeah, wrist guards. I gave up. My last update, I mentioned that the hands were starting to go numb. It progressively got worse. I went and got wrist guards, wrist braces. I wear this one during the day. I wear another one at night that's much more heavy duty. Pretty much doesn't allow for any movement. Though it's quite comfortable because of the way it's made. But I did that because the wrist wakes me up at night if I don't. The wrist falls asleep and then it wakes me up. The left hand, which is my non-dominant hand, hasn't been too bad. This one will fall asleep during the day for certain things, but it's not nearly as bad. The feeling normally comes back pretty quickly. At night, if this one gets stuck under a pillow or something, then it falls asleep. But this one just kind of falls asleep whenever it wants to. So I may eventually end up with 2 wrist guards at night. For right now, I'm just doing it on the right hand. Speaking of sleep, that's the next thing on the list. Sleep has been interesting, to say the least. I'd been using a pregnancy pillow for the longest time. I believe it's called a snuggle. It's one of those gigantic C-shaped things that are supposed to kind of be body encompassing. It seems comfy, but for some reason I just wasn't sleeping well at all. And I tried a number of different things, and finally I said, you know what, I need to try something other than the snuggle pillow. So I put that away, and I just started using, like, I think it's 3 different pillows, one for my head, one for next to me or behind me, depending on what way I'm sleeping. And then I have this, it's kind of a bean pillow. It's a round pillow, and I kind of like rest my wrists on that. That kind of helps too. The only problem with that is the snuggle pillow, the pregnancy pillow, kind of prevents me from rolling over onto my back as much, which I'm at the point where you don't want to be laying on your back. And I'll wake up on my back and my feet will be asleep. So that's not a good thing. But the catch-22 there is I've been sleeping better just using the regular pillows. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to go back to trying using the snuggle and just see how it goes. My doctor that I saw today, I will get to that in a minute, said that I could just try sleeping at a 45-degree angle. I am lucky enough where my bed does adjust like that. I can actually adjust my head up that far. Whether I can sleep like that or not, I don't know. So, I don't know. I may try the 45-degree angle first. If I can't do that, I'm just going to go back to the snoogle and whatever way prevents me from rolling on my back. Because, it's without a doubt, when I wake up on my back, of course, I turn on my side right away like you're supposed to. The problem is, sometimes when you're half asleep, you don't realize you're on your back right away. But what I do, the feet are definitely asleep, and that's just not a good sign. Next pregnancy symptom is an exciting one. I gave you guys a slight clue at the last update, and I said I thought I was starting to feel some movement, and we definitely have movement now. The first time I felt it, I was like, whoa, that's definitely something. In the past, it was always kind of questionable. I was never quite sure. There's no mistaking it now. The first time it happened, it kind of felt like somebody punched me through a water balloon. So I don't know if you kicked my bladder. I will say that to this day, any movement and any kicks that I feel are very low, which I think just maybe because of where my placenta is, I don't really feel anything high up. And I'm pretty sure that is where the placenta is, since it is anterior. So a lot of movement, a lot of kicking is all appearing low. And as the days go on, I am feeling more and more movement. I would say, the first 4 or 5 days after I started feeling movement, it was just like, one thing here, one thing there. Maybe something the next day, maybe not. Now it's definitely every day. Though it is still quite unpredictable. Like yesterday, he was having a ball in there. Yesterday, he was playing Mommy Bouncy House. There was no two ways about that. But today, not so much. Just, a little bit in the afternoon. A little bit right now, actually, as we speak. I can feel him kicking and wiggling. It's just an amazing feeling. It really is. I've waited so long to feel that. And, oh, my God. It's hard to describe. It really is. When they say that you know that it's movement, when you feel it, they say that it's a kick when you feel it. That's definitely the truth. It's very hard to describe, but it is such an amazing feeling. Baby has actually cooperated when Daddy has put the hands on the belly, and he has kicked him a few times. So Donnie has been able to feel the kicks from the outside, so that was kind of cool. I will say that the one part that I find really interesting is all the ultrasounds that we had with the IVF clinic, and then also the anatomy scan. Everybody kept saying that we had a wiggle worm, and of course every time I'd be like, why can't I feel that? You could see just him constantly wiggling around on the screens, but I could never feel anything. Well, now when he's not kicking, if I do feel the movement, it definitely feels like constant wiggling. There's really no other way to describe it. It just literally feels like somebody's constantly moving around in there. So when he's active, he's really active. But when he's sleeping, he's really sleeping. So it's definitely two different ends of the spectrum with this little baby boy, apparently. During the last week, I went golfing a few times with my husband. Now, before you say anything, I don't golf. I don't actually swing the club. One time I went and I drove the cart, and we kind of got a goofy cart. It was kind of a sputtery cart, and oh my God, the baby was just like bouncing around the entire time. I don't know if he was like, what is going on out there? Or if he was trying to tell me that they didn't like the way the cart felt. I don't know. Just a couple days ago, we went to the driving range, and again, I was just sitting there watching. I'm not a golfer, so it's not like I'm missing out on anything here. I just go to watch. And there was my husband and about, 10 or 12 other people there, and the sound of the drivers hitting the ball was kind of loud. And the baby was just constantly moving around while we were there. And then we left and he was quiet. So Donnie says that means the baby wants to get out and golf. I say I'm not quite sure if he likes the way it sounds. So I don't know. I guess time will tell. Other than that, the only other symptoms or side effects or things that have changed that I can mention is I can definitely start feeling the weight of this baby boy. Probably about a week and a half ago, I feel a lot of weight very low, and I know that that's just him growing. And it definitely feels like my center of gravity is starting to shift. So I definitely feel pregnant now. I do. Let's put it that way. And so far, my back has been behaving. You guys know that I don't really have a great back. I have a herniated and ruptured disc, probably in just the wrong spots, but it has been behaving. Knock on wood. Nothing, no pain past what I already occasionally get from that. Been seeing my chiropractor and my acupuncturist, who is the same person, which is kind of handy, every week. This upcoming week in July, I'll only be able to see him every other week, but that's just because of a scheduling problem. Typically, I see him every week, and I really do think that's been helping. So if you got a good chiropractor, if you got a good acupuncturist that you trust, do not be afraid to do that while you're pregnant. A couple of weeks ago, he changed me over to having my chiropractic adjustments while laying on my side because I can't lay flat anymore on the belly. He has a special chiropractic table that actually stands straight up, and then you get on it like this, and then it tilts forward for you, which is kind of nice. But he still didn't want to use that for me, so we've switched to a regular table on my side, and he's still able to adjust me. Again, I really believe in it. For me, I think it's really helping. The other thing that's changed is my feet. Now, I know you guys heard me say before that my feet have been swollen. They got worse. I had to go and find some special shoes that I could actually wear to work because nothing was fitting. I had a couple pair of wedges that were fitting. They don't fit anymore. They just hurt now. But I did find a pair of shoes. I had to go out and buy a different pair of shoes that are fitting the feet. They have adjustable straps, so it works quite well for me. Pretty sure those are going to be in my monthly favorites, which I believe is probably going to go live tomorrow. So if you're interested in seeing these shoes, watch out for that video. Other than that, I can say that every time I get up from either sitting down or laying down for a while, as soon as I get up and the weight hits my feet just hurt horribly. It's like the arches of my feet hurt. So, I used to be a walk barefoot around the house kind of girl. I can't do that anymore. That just hurts so bad. Even with shoes that have proper arch supports, it still really hurts when I first get up. It's like my feet have to get used to the weight. I know it's only going to get worse. The first thing in the morning, unfortunately, I do tend to get out of my bed with either bare feet or flip-flops or something like that. Probably not a good idea. I need to find something that I can use in the house that has a little bit more support because the feet just flat out hurt. There's no other way to say that. But that's about it for the symptoms and the side effects and whatnot. Just so you guys know, I put those out here just so you guys know what's changed, what's going on. Really, I don't find any of these things to be that bad. I said it in the very beginning, and I still mean it. I will deal with whatever this pregnancy throws at me. I am not going to complain. It's a blessing. It is. You take the good things and you take the bad things, and in the end, you get a little bundle, and that's what matters. All right. Other than that, things that have been going on this week, we put up the crib. We built the crib that traveled the world. If you don't know that story. A couple vlogs back, a good friend of mine sent me a crib that I couldn't get a hold of in the United States. We have built that crib. I am going to put up a kind of funny time lapse of building that crib, so be on the lookout for that video. I am also going to do a name reveal soon. I have not actually revealed the name of little baby boy, though I will say, if you have been watching my vlogs and if you listen really carefully, there's a hint in one of them that I didn't catch until after it got uploaded. I just kind of left it there. I'm not going to tell you which one it's in. If you didn't catch it, just hang tight. I will be doing a name reveal, I'm hoping next week. Life has gotten a little bit busy lately, but I am going to shoot for next week. The name has a nice story behind it. So look out for that. So that being said, I have not announced the name. Don't ask because I'm not going to tell you. Look out for the video. And last thing on the list. I had my 24-week appointment today. Just got back from it, actually. Everything looks good. They checked the protein in the urine. They checked the blood pressure. They checked everything. And everything looked good. They checked my weight. I actually have not gained any weight since my last appointment, which is kind of good because I'm an overweight girl in the first place. Doctor is not worried about that. She's quite happy with what I have gained and what I haven't gained because belly is measuring perfect. Measuring perfect. I'm exactly where I need to be, so the weight is not a big deal that I haven't gained any. I'm actually happy, like I said, because I've been trying to be careful despite the corn dogs. I have been trying to be careful, and I am happy that I've kind of accomplished that. I haven't gained like a gazillion pounds through this so far. I know they could change in the third trimester, but we will see. Other than that, I do have a clip at the end of this. You guys will get the first bare belly shot because it kind of looks like a pregnant belly now, so I don't mind it so much. The medical grade Doppler was on the belly, so you get to hear the heartbeat. It's nice and loud. I will tack that on to the end of this video. So obviously they did that too. Everything looked great. The heartbeat was 155. And my next appointment isn't for another 4 weeks. It will be at week 28. That is when they will also be doing my gestational diabetes test. So fingers crossed that I pass that. But they're doing that at the same time as my week 28 appointment, which is kind of nice that I don't have to have 2 separate appointments for that. Luckily, my doctor's office is in a medical building, not a direct hospital, but a medical building of my hospital. And they can just do it all right there, which is really nice and handy. I don't even have to pick up the sugary drink. They take care of it all, so that's great. And really, that is about it. That is all I have for you guys. So, I will talk to you guys next time. Again, I don't know if I'm going to do one of these next week or if I'm going to stick with the every 2 weeks. I will always try to put something up in those in-between weeks. Like last week, I put up a baby haul. So just so you guys don't worry. So more than likely, I will do another 2 weeks together update in a couple of weeks. And I will see you guys then. Like I said, I've got a bunch of other videos to put up so that you guys know everything is going well. Be on the lookout for those. And as always, thank you for the support. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all the comments. I cannot say that enough. I know I've said it a zillion times, but I really, really do enjoy your comments. I really do appreciate your support. And if you're out there still trying, you know I'm pulling for you. You know I'm pulling for you. Your time is coming. Don't give up. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.